The world patiently waited, and this is finally it. This is me taking the second place world record for FaCade. Now I know many of you might be asking, well, how do I know this is it? And you might just think that, well, you obviously wouldn't be uploading it if it weren't. Then you're wrong. Actually, I just didn't like the audio I recorded. I already know I got it. This is just the video. Alright, so the first strategy you see me picking here is that I pick Al instead of Gonzalo, because Gonzalo takes longer to say. I don't know what the fastest name is. Nobody knows, actually. But and then the second strategy I use here is that I run. There's actually a run button. Then I type great because this is a great game. And then just kind of wait, rub my nose on the door, and then I'd rush in, turn around, and then walk backwards, because for some reason Grace comes out faster whenever you walk backwards. Clearly a comment on how Trip and Grace go behind each other's backs. Now, there's a lot of artifacting going on here, and that's because this is on Windows 10, which I didn't know until I started recording that this was going to happen. But apparently it does this if you don't do incompatibility mode. Okay, here I'm getting ready to type Italy. This is my patented pussy strat. Except that I was wrong, actually. Yeah, you see, I forgot that I was waiting for a Cosmopolitan.
Like a Cosmopolitan?
But RNG looked down on me and he already said Cosmopolitan, which confused me. So I just started saying yes, no, until the game kind of freaked out and didn't know what I was talking about and decided to move on. Now I talk about Italy. This is my patented pussy strat. You see, there needs to be 3 arguments that go on within this game for the argument to start, and except that sometimes that it happens after 2, and that's really rare, so it's very rare to act oh jeez, it's very rare to actually get that to happen.
Yes, dear.
It's very rare to get a 2 argument cycle, is what I'm trying to say here after several edits of me coughing.
Okay, this is getting really tired.
Then I talk to Grace again, telling her to drink, and then she leaves the room. Yeah, I have to follow her, but not too quickly, otherwise it won't register that that's happening. The 3 argument cycle can come about faster by doing this pussy strat, but it wastes time. So here I was confused and didn't think anything was actually happening, but then I rushed out of the room and apparently everything worked fine. Now I'm talking about decor. Back to what I was trying to say, but I probably edited it out by now. You get 2 argument cycle very rarely, and in fact so rarely that you should probably never even account for it. That's how you get the world record, is you get a 2 argument cycle. So now I just set them up for the perfect argument, because there's 3 topics, and they're eventually just going to get mad at each other. Looks like Grace has a boner right now. I made that joke in the original recording, but it was just too good to, like, not record again. And so, yeah, I'm sure nobody actually knows what this game is whenever I'm posting this on my Twitter or whatever. I know this looks like something like I could have made in like MS Paint, and that's probably what you're thinking. This is just some drawing I did in MS Paint, but no, this is actually a game. This was made in 2006. It's interactive storytelling. The entire point of the game is to get these 2 to not break up. And I'm gonna do that tonight. I'm gonna make them not break up. I'm gonna make them not break up. My voice will crack. I might just leave all these horrible sounds in. It might be funnier. I don't know. Now, I want to say I agreed with her, but I don't know. Usually I just say yes, because yes is always the way to go. Don't ever say no, kids.
Everything's fine. No one is complaining about
But usually, no matter what happens, if you say something, they just argue for longer, so I'll usually just kind of be quiet. So for the rest of the run, I'm just going to basically be standing against this wall. You ever go to parties? That's just me.
Grace, listen.
So there was silence here, and I don't know why.
You're the only one.
You might notice I was usually standing close to the phone, as close to the phone as possible. That's because if it rings, it's pretty much a run killer. And in fact, on my actual computer, it causes the game to crash, and I don't know why. Frustrated sigh is something you see a lot in this game. Yeah, Trip's goddamn drinks is all I'm ever talking about. I don't know why, but
I'm
like the
stifled,
stretched
Trip,
JPEG looks
artistically.
worse
I
on
need my
Windows
life to
10.
have more
Maybe that's
feeling.
just
Can't
me
you
being
see
crazy.
that? All right. You know what?
So what happens now is that they
I'm
pretty much
going to
always
ask you
will get
something.
to a point where they
Grace,
say, I'm going to
Trip,
ask you
let me
something,
ask our guest a
and you can't
question.
say yes too quickly. If you
Al,
do, they're just going to keep
yes
talking.
or no?
There's a lot of
In a
points where you have
marriage,
to say
shouldn't one
yes or
person
no at the
try
right
to make their
time,
spouse a
and I
better
get it
person,
wrong a
even if...
lot.
What?
This could have been optimized a lot better.
Oh,
Earlier, I could have had
sure.
Trip talking about his drinks a lot faster if I had just like not
Grace,
let him talk.
you think I'm some kind of shallow person,
great, Trip.
obsessed with money, that I don't love
And
you.
now
You think our marriage
Trip
is
runs
always
out
a
of the room.
sham.
And again, you have to do the same thing like you did with Grace. You have to follow him in, but not too quickly. But for some reason, it sometimes doesn't work still. Like now, it's not going to work.
No, don't.
I hug him, I tell him hi, and
What do you
then he
care?
just talks to Grace outside of the room like I'm not even there.
See this.
And sometimes, oh, right here I open the door because if you open the door too early, they'll think you're leaving, and that'll cause some problems. But once you are getting them arguing, you can like do anything, and they pretty much won't even notice. Like if you are moving too much at the beginning of the game, they will like kick you out because you're moving too much. If you don't say anything for so long, they'll kick you out for not saying anything.
Grace, we don't.
And if you leave the apartment, they will kick you out of the
I
apartment
can't
for leaving
stand
the
the pretending
apartment. It's a
anymore.
very
I
confusing
can't
game.
take it.
I just appreciate the view of the apartment.
No,
A lot of
Grace,
sprawling
we can-
shots.
I mean, come on.
If you walk backwards
Don't make
against
it
the
out
wall,
to be
you
so
basically
bad.
just kind of turn left and right over and over again like you're rubbing your butt on the wall.
Al, what
For the rest
is
of the
it?
run,
Is
I'm
there
pretty much just
something
going to be
about
staring at
me?
this door because I really want to
Let's
leave
not
this
focus
apartment,
on
but I'm
just
not
you
allowed
and
to
we're
until
talking
they
about
say I'm
us.
allowed to go
You
because
know,
it's how this
I
category
can't
of
say Grace
speedrun
never
works.
acts loving towards me. Al,
And let me
you
tell
go
you,
over me at our
this
goddamn
goes on for a
parties,
really
trying to
long
look good in
time.
front of the guests.
Really just invigorating. But I had to sit through this and hope for the best. Pixel perfect RNG.
Let's keep talking about us, our relationship.
It's so
I had to wait for the
annoying. Grace, why
suboptimal
is it that
pixel
anytime I want to do
perfect
something nice
tricks
for you, you resist
to
it?
leave the apartment as soon as possible by
Like I
having
always have
them
to
just
convince you.
Al,
argue with
you
each other,
know,
work out their problems through me. And it just goes on forever. And, you know, this is not my best time whatsoever. I think I got like a 1049. I know it's going to be like in the description or whatever.
Just something for you to blame me
But
for.
I am not actually
Oh my
checking the
God.
timestamp because I'm not editing in the timer in the corner yet
Al,
because
do
I
you
don't know
approve
what it
that
actually says
line?
now. I'm guessing it's about like, let me see here, I don't know, 7 minutes. And my best time is like 10
Trip,
minutes,
it's
12
your
seconds.
fault.
I got like
10 years ago,
1049.
freshly married and just out of college, you convinced
And
me
I
to
know
go into
that's not
advertising instead of
really
art.
good,
What?
but
If it
you
weren't
know, I
for
just
you,
wanted to
I
beat the
could be
second
a
place
real
world record
artist
because
by
I've done it
now.
before and I wanted to prove to people that I have done
Al.
it.
Ugh.
It's a very active community. It consists of me and 3 people. I can't say that's not an active community because like there was a run posted 9 days ago, or maybe it was actually just
We should
approved
talk
9 days
about
ago.
Trip.
Maybe it
See,
was
you
just
lied to me. Before we got married, you
like
said
on a
you
backlog
liked
for
art,
like
that
a
you
year.
respected me
Who
as an
knows?
artist.
Al.
You know, it's hard to believe that this game came out the same year as. Yeah, hang on, let me actually look that up. I'm gonna pause this to make
Look,
this
let's
joke
talk about
good.
us both, not
This
just
game
one
came
person.
out 2 years after
Most
Half-Life
angry
2.
Trip
Can you
is
believe
what
it?
you took away
I
from
certainly
me.
can't.
What?
There weren't this
I
many
wasted 10 years in
oblong
this
shaped
marriage,
corners
making
in Half-Life
advertisements
2.
and redecorating our apartment.
The whole room changes in shape
Al.
whenever you actually like move around. You can probably tell that there's like lines bending that shouldn't bend. I can't really criticize because like I'm pretty sure this is the only game this guy
Let's
ever
keep
made,
talking
but
about us, our
yeah,
relationship.
I can criticize. I'm
Al,
allowed to.
you think
This
this
is
is all my
America.
fault, don't you?
You tricked me, Trip. Right
I
after
don't
we
even
got
know if I'm
married,
actually
you
gonna keep
tricked
these
me into
bits
giving
in.
up my
This is not
dream
really
of being
funny.
an artist.
What? Oh, Jesus Christ.
So
Al,
in this, they
Is
kind of
that
just
true? All of this is
say
my fault?
they kind of go into me for like advice like at least twice, maybe even thrice. I can hardly remember. And I just don't understand why they don't understand that I'm not saying anything to them. I don't get why they
you
don't
know,
understand I'm not
Let's
saying
talk
anything
about
to them.
Grace.
Al, you blame me for all of this, don't you?
Half the time,
Grace,
whenever
no.
they say, let's
It's
talk
all
about
from
Grace
some
now, they
mistake I
then
made
go
that
on to talk
caused all
about everything
this.
except Grace. I don't know what's going on. Did it freeze?
Okay.
Okay.
God damn it, I can't do
I
this
know
anymore.
like I
Just
shouldn't be panicking
stop.
because like I already went through this and I know it worked
Al,
out just
I
fine,
know
but
what you're hinting at, okay?
anyway,
About
here is where
me.
it gets to the end, the conclusion.
Do you two want to hear the honest truth, huh?
Obviously, we want to hear the truth,
Trip, huh?
Yes.
See,
and we don't want to
Al,
say yes again.
I've been listening carefully
She's been
to
listening
what
to
you've been
everything I've told
saying
her,
tonight.
everything from drink
You've been
to
trying
yes
to push me.
to decor.
And I wonder, are you really my friend?
Grace.
Al, come on. Yes or no?
Here's what I love the most about
Do
this
you
run.
really
Do you really think that?
but
But especially what you said about trying to make your spouse better. I don't remember actually saying that I wanted your spouse to be better.
supposed to make me
Anyway, here
realize
comes the
something about
conclusion. I hope
myself.
you're ready for
Is the
drama,
little you've
because
said
this
tonight
game is
supposed
built
to
on
add
drama.
up to something meaningful or what? Right. Okay, look.
Here it comes.
Al, we're actually fine.
Oh, can you believe it? Plot twist. Everything was alright the entire time. No reason for me to stay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I just have to wait for them to say the word
I think
go.
it's okay if you need to go.
And then I rush out and try to hit the button, but I always miss every single time. I swear I don't think it's actually possible. If it is possible, then, you know, blink me a video of somebody running while they hit the button. Not running, stopping, and then hitting the button. I want results, damn it.